here with Jody and the Thermwood CNC, and I got to show you this tool. I think this is one of the greatest things here at the Woodworking Show, AWFS in Vegas 2025. Jody's going to show us what their CNC will do, how easy it is to design, and pick what you're going to put on their computer and take it from the screen to the machine.
So what we got here is this is our Cut Ready Cut Center. The Cut Ready is a software. The Cut Center is a one-type machine where you've got your air wand, your vacuum pods, your pump, controller, touch screen. Everything is built into this machine to handle every aspect of building cabinets, in furniture, moldings, all kinds of different stuff we got built into the woodworking. And we try to keep everything simple. For instance, this is the interface. You need no training to run this machine. Anybody should be able to run up, use this machine. Don't worry about crashing it. You can't crash this machine. So to begin, you've got three areas. You've got to make something new. You can run existing jobs that you've put together before. We also have an app that you can put jobs together away from the machine so you don't tie up production. And then we've got settings like service, servicing the wasteboard, checking your tooling, measuring, different things like that. So to begin, what we'll do is we're going to make something new. We've got all your standard cabinet items. So you got your cabinets, your drawers, doors. We've got some moldings. We've got some furniture items like bedroom suits, office furniture, shelving units. That gives you a chance to upsell a customer when you're inside their house. We also have a cuts area that has shapes and frames, and you can cut stair stringers underneath that area. If you've got a piece of veneer, it'll actually come and slice off edge banding for you if you can't find the proper edge banding. If you use our eCabinet System software, which is free, only works with Thermwood machines. It is design software, rivals all the top dogs out there right now. You send your design straight to Cut Ready and it will be located under My Content. Okay? So if you need like a widget or something that we don't have in the system, you can design it pretty quick and just pipe it down to the machine. So we're going to start off with cabinets. We're going to give it a job name. Several different types of cabinets here. We've got kitchen, closets, baths, some utility boxes. Now the outdoor cabinets, those are made out of like a plastic type material, like starboard. That way it resists corrosion and things like that. Laboratory cabinets are primarily made out of phenolic, chemical resistant, so that goes pretty good with those guys. And then within the last year, we've released some range goods as well. So we'll jump into kitchen. And you've got your two options here. You can do face frame or frameless. And since we're in the States, we're going to go to the face frame. Three different framing styles where you've got a frame on the outside of the cabinet, but nothing in between the drawers. Your single stick underneath the top drawer of the base cabinet. And then you've got one in between each component. Attached or detached coat kick. Here we can do individual cabinets where we cut them out and we stack them side by side to make your kitchen. Or you can combine those and make a combo cabinet. So that saves you a lot of material, a lot less parts, a lot less things can happen. We're going to start off with the individual cabinets. We're going to use the screw dado construction method, which is a blind dado, and then we go ahead and put the pre-drilled holes in there for you. Or you can use the KD fasteners to use as sort of a clamp or knockdown type stuff. And then what kind of backs do we want on our upper cabinets? And we'll stick with the traditional nailers. So you're initially greeted with the base cabinets, right? So you can just keep scrolling through all those. You've got your oven units, your talls, your uppers. This is your breadcrumb trail of all the questions that were answered. So we can go back and re-answer and mix and match different types of cabinets if we'd like to. But to begin, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find some with a door and drawer on it. Now here we can size it any value that you want within this range. Right, so I have to stay between 9 and 47 inches on the width. So you can put any number in here you want. It does not have to be some sort of incremental every inch type thing. Leave all that the same. We can add that to our jobs list over here. And then we can keep adding different cabinets to this job. If you want to see how the thing goes together, you can hit the 3D button. This allows you to rotate, explode, zoom. We do have a set of instructions for the cabinets. They're fairly generic. You're going to start learning how these things go together pretty quickly. But one thing that you do put on the construction is assembly marks. So as you can see here on the tenon, I've got 3 dots, a space, and 1 dot. And on the dado, I've got the exact same matching. So every joint is going to have its own series of connection dots. What that means is you can't put this thing together wrong. You can't get your partitions flipped the wrong way, things like that. So once I've added all my cabinets to my job list here, I hit continue. And now we have to tell the machine what it's working with. So you've got machine stock, or we can cut it out of board stock, plastic, or phenolic. And we've put all that information in here, so the machine knows what type of tooling, how fast, direction, depth of cut, all that's been handled. Single-sided versus less single-sided versus double-sided material. Grain or no grain, so if you've got melamine, you want to turn that off. That way it can rotate parts and get a tighter nest. You want your true width and length. And then you also have your thickness. Now the machine's going to come with some calipers. Typically if you get a unit out here, you're going to pull off the top 4 layers, just measure and get an average thickness. And you'll enter that there. If I have scrap left over from a previous job that I'd like to utilize, I hit my barcode here, I grab my scanner, and I scan the QR code, and it already knows the dimensions of the all-fall. So it will put as many parts into that before it moves on to the larger full-size sheets. It's all about material savings, right? And once you've got everything set, you can hit continue. If there's ever anything that you don't know how to do, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a little show me button on the screen. It'll play a video, shows you how to do it, okay? And if you watch this particular video long enough, it'll even show you how to measure a piece of plywood and measure the thickness of it. So there is no training necessary for this machine. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And what's going to happen now is I haven't selected any hardware yet. If I wanted to use, say, bloom hinges, I would just select the pattern to use. Now it'll apply that to the cabinet and the door, wherever that's applicable. Same thing with the face trim and the frameless, but we have a universal pattern in here that will actually work with both side mount and under mount type slides. And once we get to cutting, I'll explain that to you. I'll go ahead and hit continue. And now it's essentially redrawing that entire cabinet with the exact thickness, so that whenever your parts go together, you don't get any kind of overlaps or anything like that. Everything's going to be right on the money. And while that's calculating here, let's go over some of the things on the front of the control. You've got your start and your emergency stop button. You have your gas pedal, your feed rate override. You can turn it down. Typically, you're going to keep that cranked as fast as you can go, right? This controls the sheet flipper, which is a pretty cool thing. When we get around cutting, you'll see this machine pick the piece of plywood up and flip it. And then we've got our label maker over here. So after the end of every sheet, it will print out labels, and you apply those to the parts. So we're ready to cut. As you can see, it's going to take 3 sheets and about just a little under 10 minutes to run. If I run all 3 sheets. Right now I've got 1/2 inch material, so we're going to start with the 1/2 inch. And nice little thing I have here is a fob. This is very useful. So I can start, I can pause, I can stop the machine, and that gives me all kinds of options at that point. And what we'll do during the run is we'll simulate a broken tool in the middle of a sheet and how easy it is to recover from that type of thing. These are the capabilities and the benefits you can get from AI-powered type software. Okay, so we're ready to go. Hit start to begin. I can hit one of the green buttons, or I can just hit one button on this fob. It's telling me to click 2 because it's getting ready to move. I want to be safe about it, so it requires both buttons to get hit. I'm going to go ahead back there and get the material and bringing it up. And it's going to tell me to load a sheet A side or B side up. Okay. So let me go get my cart. I'm going to wheel the material around to the side, and then you guys can watch the rest of the process.